Different worldviews. Have you ever thought of a worldview or what it is or what it even means? There are 6 worldviews, and I want to talk to you about them. A worldview is a theory of a world, you could say. It is used for living in the world. In Answers in Genesis, a worldview is the overall perspective from which one sees and interprets the world. The 6 worldviews are Christian worldview, Islamic worldview, secular humanist worldview, Marxist-Leninist worldview, cosmic humanist worldview, and postmodern worldview. They all have different beliefs, but some also have the same beliefs. But I will tell you all of these worldviews, their overview, and comparing their physiology to it. First off is Christian worldview. It can also be called a biblical worldview. When believe the Bible is entirely true, you allow it to be the foundation of everything you say and do. If you believe that God exists, we can see that in Hebrew 11:6, He is the standard of which we measure everything else. God created everything that exists. Physiology, Christianity may appear at first glance to be contradiction in term. William Kilpatrick boldly declares, if you're talking about Christianity, it much truer to say that physiology and religion are competing faiths. If you seriously hold to one set of values, you will logically have to reject the other. Second is Islam worldview, and the teaching of Islam regarding human nature and sin and salvation may at times be similar to the biblical Christian worldview, but also in reality they stand in very sharp distinction from it. Islam affirms that human beings exist beyond the death of the body, affirming some form of physiological dualism, making the view of humanistic nature divert from biblical teaching in the most fundamental ways, clearly to deny Jesus. Death on the cross is to re-announce the gospel of Jesus, which is at the core of Christian faith. In the light, Islam offers no meaningful claim that it confirms the Christian faith or gospel. In reality, Islam does not fulfill the Christian faith, it replaces it. Muslims would disagree with the Christian belief that Islam cannot be a continuation or fulfillment of Christianity for reasons stated above. Third is secular humanist worldview. And secular humanist psychology, like all aspects of secular humanistic worldview, is strongly influenced by their assumptions about theology. Philosophy and biology, making secular humanist psychologists begin an assumption that personal God is a myth and that we are simply products of spontaneous generation and billions of years of evolution. Monism is the belief that there is only one basic fundamental reality, that all existence is one reality. Also, physicology, monism, is a belief that the mind is part of the material body. This is what the secular humanists believe. Fourth is Marxism-Leninism. And Marxists believe that human development is an inventable march toward communism forces Marxist psychology toward a belief in behaviorism. Their deterministic view of human development seems to exclude free will, expropriating the behaviorist position that our choices and actions result from our brain responding to its environmental stimuli. Marxist-Leninism believed that traditional behaviorism, a branch of psychology which asserts that human behavior can be reduced to principles that do not require consideration of unsolvable mental events, such as ideas, emotions, and a mind, a form of materialism which claims that all human behavior is the result of materialistic process and not the free will of mind. Now, Pavlov, he believes that our mental process results purely from physical causes and that behavior can be regulated. Fifth is cosmic humanist worldview. Ken Carey says, everyone, anywhere who tunes into the higher self become part of the transformation. Their lives then become orchestrated from other realms. Cosmic humanist psychology is closely tied to the belief that we can hasten the progress of evolution by achieving a higher consciousness, which is a central goal of New Age movement. Psychology provides the means to achieve this goal. Higher consciousness is the ever-increasing awareness of one's spiritual essence and the underlying spiritual nature in all things. Finally is postmodern worldview. Walter Truett Anderson says, all ideas about human reality are social construction. Postmodern condition has made the concept of a soul absolute. Now, instead of being a soul, we are confronted with a multiplicity of selves. The psychology of social constructed self was developed by Jacques Lacan, a French psychologist, and most of his writing influenced and forged most of postmodern thought. In conclusion, all these worldviews have different beliefs, and some have the same belief. With the Christian worldview and Islam worldview, who believe in God but is different, it happens in the religion. But worldviews are what you believe in.
Good? All right, thank you.